Hi everyone, I'm Josh, and this is Josh Wright Piano TV. Thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to share a quick tip that I've never shared on this channel, which is how to continue developing your sight reading skills and your pieces in general if you're experiencing a lot of pain or you're overcoming an injury. I recently had a pianist, a student come to me from Sweden who had a lot of questions about how to practice efficiently in short bouts of time. He said he can only really practice 15 minutes at a time. His doctor advised him not to practice much more than that at a time because of I think it's tendonitis, maybe carpal tunnel that starts to set in. And he said, I'm really desperate to improve, but I can't practice much more than that. So I started racking my brain, okay, if I had 15 minutes, how would I go about practicing? And then I started to think a little more outside the box, like how could we practice more than 15 minutes but make it not as stressful as 15 minutes of hard practice? So I pulled out this little Mozart sonata here. I've never actually learned this. I've taught it to so many students. I feel like I'm pretty familiar with it, so hopefully I don't botch this, but here we go. I'll just read a few measures of it. Okay, so the method that I want to go over is actually something that's quite relaxing to do, and my student was pretty happy. He wrote to me a few days ago and said, oh my gosh, it's working really well. The method that I had him do is just touching the keys. So he's still working on reading, but he's not stressing his muscles out. So I would just go through and touch these. So this is the left hand if I was to play it. Okay, so I would just go through and touch those. And right hand, you can do all the articulation as well. So hop, down. That's a lot less impact than actually playing. Okay, so I would just go through and touch those. Might seem like a silly method, but it greatly, it doubled or tripled his time, he said, on how much he can work on this and how much he can practice. So that in and of itself is worth incorporating this if you are overcoming an injury, or if your baby is sleeping in a little bassinet right next to the piano, you can still practice sight reading. That's been a reality of mine before. So I hope today's tip has helped. If any of you have any questions, my email is josh@joshwrightpiano.com. If you haven't had a chance to check out my free webinar that I released this past April, it goes over 10 of my favorite tips to help your playing, take your playing to that next level. These are 10 tips that I've learned from some of the best teachers in the world, as well as through years and years of teaching, some of the things that have helped my students the most. So I will link that in the description below. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.